Aston Villa have become a top 6 club again in recent years. Hey, they qualified for the Champions League last season. Unai Emery has completely transformed them and made them incredible. But I think I could do a better job. So Emery gets booted out and I become Aston Villa's new manager with the goal of making them the world's best team. We know Villa already have a great team, but we're going to make a lot of improvements. But this series has a little bit of a twist to it. I want to make things more difficult. So introduce series objectives and seasonal objectives. If I fail to complete any of the series objectives, then I get sacked. Things like we need to stay within the boundaries of FFP. If we're in the Europa League, we only can spend 100 million. No losses during this whole series to Manchester United. Maybe that won't be too hard. And we have to win the Premier League and Champions League. And if I fail to achieve any of the seasonal objectives, then I have to spin the career mode doom wheel. Yes, the doom wheel, because if I fail to be top 6 by January, or don't win Villa their first major trophy since 2001 this season, then we may get player with most goals gets injured for the rest of the season, or the whole starting 11 is 70 overall for 2 matches. Some of these are terrible, and some might be quite hilarious. Of course, last season Villa finished 6th, so we have a budget of 108 million. Because we're in the Europa League, we can only spend 100 million. That includes January as well. It's starting 11, but there are a couple of players in this squad who need to leave. It's even on our season 1 seasonal objective. Raise 40 million by selling players before we sign anyone. Villa fans IRL will know that it's Emi Martinez and Ollie Watkins. To sell them both, we will get more than 40 million. But come next season in real life, I don't think either of them will be playing for Villa. It's annoying. There are 2 best players, but they both have to go on the transfer list in this situation. No, I'm really excited to play with Ollie Watkins. He's actually the player on the back of my shirt right now. There is a certain player who plays for Manchester United who I do want to sign. He's of course linked to IRL, but we can't go anywhere near this guy until we have raised 40 million. We go back to the series objectives. One of them here says, develop 1 youth player to first 11 quality. Okay, we have a lot of youth players here. Hopefully one of them is actually good. Oh wow, we have Blake Field with potential between 80 and 94. He is 17. There's also Zaha Bila, a 15. He looks very, very good. Perhaps he is one of our strikers during this series. We're going to keep all 4 of these players, put development plans on them. And as Blake Field is already 17, we're just going to promote him. Same as Al Habash. I think Blake is going to get some game time this season. He has potential to be special. We're going to make sure he reaches that. One more thing different about this series is we have press conferences back. Yes, it's been a while since we've done those. Whatever suggestions you guys have, let me know in the comments, and it may make episode 2. And also, if you're new to the channel, excited about this series, subscribe and leave a like. Oh, we already have transfer offers for Martinez and Ollie Watkins. Okay, let's start with Emi Martinez, the goalkeeper. 5 million is actually quite good. Can we get like 41 from Juve here? They might actually say yes, they do. Arsenal, of course, do want a striker. Looks like they're going for Gyökeres, but in here, they want Ollie Watkins. We don't want that left back. No, thank you. Please don't walk out. But I'm going to offer 50 million. We don't want Trossard. Okay, 50 million was too high, so let's go 48 million. For Ollie Watkins, that is a pretty good amount of money. They agree. But now we also have Liverpool, who of course also want a striker, but you guys are Premier League champions. So 52 million if you want him, that's what you're going to have to pay. And they say yes. Look, this is a sad moment. I really wish we didn't have to sell Martinez. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Put this off to Juve. Look, the exact same thing for Ollie Watkins as well. The question is, what club has he chose to go to? Of course, it is Liverpool. Will they get 2 Premier Leagues in a row? Okay, we have some really big gaps in this team now. It is not looking good. Let's start by changing the formation. Let's go with the 4-2-1-3. This series, we will be playing a fairly high line. I feel this is the best team we can actually put out. Bailey on the left. We've got Barry through the middle. Yes, we don't plan on keeping him there. Morgan Rogers, what a player he is. He's going to be massive during this series. 2 CDMs, I feel that works, even though Tielemans can't play here. But come on, look at the options we have on the bench. We definitely will be using CDMs. Even John McGinn can play that. Defensive midfield, I'd say are the strongest points. Konza and Torres, that's great. Also the goalkeeper, we need a signing immediately. Shit right back and Maatsen at left back. Maatsen is a very good player. But look, if we want to get top 6 again or push for Champions League qualification, we need to improve this so much. That one player at Manchester United, of course, is Alejandro Garnacho. He wants out. He is making the whole world know that. Even putting a post on Instagram wearing a Marcus Rashford Aston Villa shirt. This guy had some attitude. He has fallen out with Amorim, and we can get him for around £20 million. We do actually have good wide options on this bench. Leon Bailey and Malen. I may be wrong, but I think I've heard rumors of Leon Bailey being moved on. It's a great player in FIFA. He's very, very fast, good at dribbling. But if we were to sell him, we would get 20 million. I do want to start Garnacho in this team, but let's sign him first before we talk about selling anyone. We don't want anyone else to come in for him before we make our first move. 20 million on the table. They want Onana. Like, you guys already have an Onana, and that has not gone well. So if I was you, I'd stay away from the name. 21 million. They want 21.1. Okay, let's just say yes. Let's get this guy locked on a 5-year deal. He may want to move on to a bigger club, but look, we will be that bigger club. 80k a week, 200k signing on bonus. He is happy. A new number 21. Maybe there is a better number for him, but it's looking clean in the shirt. And there he is in the side. Garnacho, currently a cam, is being converted to a left winger. 78 overall right now. He's going to grow a lot. So guys, I'm in my office and Yuri Tielemans comes to me and says, boss, I need to speak to you about my future at the club. I have a lot of interest right now from big clubs like Real Madrid. And honestly, I feel I want to take that next step up in my career. If I get any offers, please accept them. Okay, that is quite big news because Yuri Tielemans is one of our best players. In fact, he should actually be higher than 83, probably close to 85, 86. I guess he doesn't fit the system, and we actually have replacements like Onana, who could eventually end up being better than Tielemans. Very different players. Oh, wow. And he has an offer here from Manchester City. If they want to buy him from us, they're going to have to pay a lot. So I'm just going to straight up say 43 million, which is a lot more than his valuation. They put in his valuation. I don't know how long he has left on his contract, but come on, Pep, 40 million. What are you guys going to say to that? You have so much money. 38 million now, and we disagree. Now we have Liverpool interested. Maybe our initial offers for City were just way too high. So what about 37 million? Are Liverpool just going to walk out to that? They say 30. Okay, I think we've established we're not going to get a whole lot for him. 35 million. We disagree. And I chose to our left winger at 80 overall. Leon Bailey, a right winger, now 82. Same as Malen. Our team just got a whole lot stronger, but we still are desperate for a striker and that goalkeeper. Now, for players we could sign, there's Ferran Torres, who has been linked, a Barcelona backup striker, of course, to Lewandowski. Played at Manchester City, but has done better at Barcelona. He would cost around 40 million. Now, remember, we have just spent 21, which leaves us with 79. Another option of striker could be Ivan Toney, playing in the Saudi league right now. He would be good as a backup option because I feel like we need more than one striker. Same as Tammy Abraham at 9 million. A player like that would be fantastic. Jonathan David, well, he should be on a free, but he's just signed for Arsenal, so he's not an option. But right now, I'm going to sign this goalkeeper, Marco Bizot, because apparently Villa are going to get this deal done. He really wouldn't cost a whole lot. Maybe if we did 3 million plus 20% salon clause, which they don't agree with. Villa are actually signing this guy as a backup goalkeeper. Don't worry, this 34-year-old is not going to be the permanent option, even though we have just given him an important squad role. Didn't mean to do that. Yo, I just messed up that deal. I offered him 40k a week. A bro has just declined. At least counter offer what I said. It looks like we're going to have to go back in for him. I really like the option of Ivan Toney or Tammy Abraham as a backup striker. And look, the first game of the season is going to come around really, really quick. So let's just go in. 8 million, Tammy Abraham. His contract probably is coming to an end. I don't agree that. So what about 9 million? 9.5? I can agree on that. He wants an important squad role as well. 3-year deal to take him all the way up to being 30. And for wages, I think we do have to give him a good wage of 80k. Yeah, he wants a bigger signing on bonus. Fair enough. He's back in the Premier League. As you guys will know, Tammy Abraham did actually play for Aston Villa before when they were in the Championship. So we have re-signed him. He won't have the number 9. I've given him number 23 because, of course, we do want a better striker to come in. But for now, he's in the 11, ready for the first game. Okay, you guys are going to laugh at this suggestion. What about Nicholas Jackson at Chelsea? Oh my goodness, he'd cost 80 million. Forget that. I thought he would cost like 30, 40 million and would be a good option. He is linked with leaving Chelsea, Ralph, for that much money. Can you believe it? Whoever we sign, they need to be a good price because there's a lot of players we still need to sign. There's Samu Porto, 50 to 60 million. Come on. Karim Kanate, a player with very, very good players. 77 overall, but 86 potential. He has just moved to Lyon. We could still get it done. It would cost 35 million. Look at his pace, guys. 88 pace, but only 75 finishing. Is he going to be able to do it in the Premier League? And at that price, someone like Ferran Torres would make a lot more sense. He'd cost close to 40. Of the signing of Garnacho and Tammy Abraham, of that 100 million, we have 69.4 left. We need to bring in a a goalkeeper. I think another centre-back because Minks is our only option. And the main number 9 who will score all our goals. It's annoying. 172 million and we can only spend 70. If we spend all of that, we won't have any left for January. An offer here for Tielemans off Arsenal. We're going to have to be a little bit more realistic here. So let's just say 34 million. They may just walk away from that. 30? What about 32, Arteta? He's going to stay at 30. And we at least agree on 31 and a half. We don't. Bro, how hard is it to sell Tielemans right now? Doka is officially leaving for Fulham. That's a good 4.4. Loan offer here for Samuel Ling Jr. Is that how you say his name? He actually seems like a pretty good player. We have so many wide options right now. We're going to loan him to Roma. And to go back in for this goalkeeper, I have an idea to save us some money on the whole FFP thing. Why don't we try and trade someone for him? We do want to sell Ross Barkley. His valuation is 5 million, this goalkeeper. So let's try trade them. They don't want Ross Barkley. Okay, that didn't work. We ended up just agreeing on 4.5 million. We got the contract done with his agent. We have a new goalkeeper. And honestly, a part of me just thinks we should just start him. He's 79 overall. He's not going to go down. Of this money we have left, we can actually spend 64.9. Ross Barkley has officially left the club as well. One of our season 1 objectives is to increase shirt sales. And it looks like we're doing well. Highest selling shirts, Garnacho right up the top. So we really have help with that. But once we bring a striker in, I would feel we really have completed this. First game of the season here, and it's Liverpool. This is going to be a real challenge. If we're going to go by rating, we could actually start Malin over Garnacho, but I just don't intend on doing that. Garnacho has this place locked down. McGinn starts in the midfield with Kamara. Like Abraham, do not get injured. Don't get tired because we can't bring anybody else on at striker. Oh, Kamara, you don't want to lose the ball there in midfield. Here's Luis Diaz. Still in a Liverpool shirt. That's another good block. Liverpool want that early goal. We can come away from a corner now. Here's Garnacho, our new signing. Oh, this is a great breakaway opportunity. What a chance, Garnacho. We could sweat it, but he's going to go for the debut goal. Oh my goodness. That is such a horrible shot. We should have sweat it to Tammy Abraham. Oh my goodness. We're playing against Ollie Watkins here, by the way. One last chance before the end of the half. Here's Garnacho into the box. It's going to go and hit one there. He goes down. No penalty. And that's half time. Oh, that's nice there from Kamara. Rogers. Back to Kamara. Now through the gap there for Leon Bailey. Can he finish? Oh, it's another save. We have had 2 of the best opportunities here. A draw here, honestly, would be a good result. And of course, we're now losing. Why did I say that? Corner Liverpool, they whip one in. Luis Diaz gets his head on it. That is horrendous. Luis Diaz is through. This could be their second, and it is. The champions really could start running away with this now. They just have been better than us. We have not taken our chances. Yeah, that's not really the best way to start off here at Villa, is it? Maybe Barca will love that performance so much they'll pay the 80 million for Diaz. And another player leaving now. It is a left back we're just not going to use. Alex Marino. Maybe another striker we go in for is Mateta at Crystal Palace. 81 overall, Premier League proven, would score a decent amount of goals. Actually would only cost 18 million. But what I'm thinking, what if we did go in for a player like Nicholas Jackson or Torres and we try and trade in Yuri Tielemans? If they wanted him, that is 27.5 million less that we would have to pay. I don't know about this situation in goal. 79 rated, 34. A goalkeeper that you guys would be interested in is like this guy, Lucas Chevalier. I have no idea how to say his name, but he would not be cheap at 80 million. Miles Villar at Roma, another Roma player, getting close to 40 million. That is a lot of the budget we have left. But look, we did just play the champions and now we play Everton. And this really should be a game that we win. Rogers in the midfield with the ball now coming forward. This is nice control. Can he put the pass through to Garnacho onto that right foot? Good dribbling, but the shot is blocked. Here we are again. Here is Abraham. 1-0. That's our first goal of this new series. First goal with our new striker, Tammy Abraham. Not planned to be our main striker, but it's a good job that he can score. Good header. Here's Kamara. Now Garnacho. He takes a touch. He goes to hit one. Oh my goodness. What a goal by Garnacho. What a way to go 2-0 up. His idol is Cristiano. And oh boy, was that Cristiano vibes right there. This guy's going to be class. Calvert-Lewin, that's another option we could have looked at for backup striker. Very injury prone though. Here's Everton into the box. Gets it back post. very open, but what was that? It's Garnacho again on that left-hand side now. We can check out his dribbling. Pulls that back. Couple of step overs. Back out wide now. Garnacho, can he find someone? Looking for Leon Bailey, but gets intercepted. Here's Rodgers. Good touch. Can he bend one? Maybe a handball, and it is. A massive opportunity from the penalty spot. Who is going to take this penalty? Our best taker is Tammy Abraham. Oh, wow. He can get his second off the season here. We're going to go top left-hand corner, and he scores. That is a great penalty. 15 minutes in, Villa winning by 3 goals. Calvert-Lewin hits one, and that is a goal back. I was hoping for the clean sheet here, man. That may have only been evident, but Abraham and Garnacho really showed what they can provide there. Goalkeeper put on a good performance, same as the defense. Disappointing to concede a goal. If we had a striker like Torres or Samu to this team, hey, even Mateta, I think he'd be better than Tammy Abraham. Seems like Everton are just going to get wrecked. Maybe another team who could get wrecked is Leeds United. We're going to bring in Malin to start this one. Let's put Field on the bench as well. He might make his debut. Morgan Rogers. Now I've got Matty Cash. To Malin. That's a good touch. Good spin. Moving into the box now. Pulls that back. Whips it in for Abraham, who headers it in. And it is onside. That's 1-0 Villa. His 3rd goal in 2 matches. Really showing he can be a number 9 for Villa. McGinn again is going to play this one to Tammy Abraham, who takes a good touch. Is through. Chance for another 2-0. His 2nd of the game, 4th for the season. Welcome, Tammy Abraham, back to the Premier League. He is back with a bang. Question is, how will that keeper do in Europe? All the big games, here's Malin. Got that right foot. Hits it low and hard. Good save. There's an option here on the edge of the box. If we get the ball to him, actually, it goes to Garnacho. What a goal. He scores again, this time on his left. I was trying to go way out on the edge of the box for a pass shot, but we do it with Garnacho. And look at that for a goal. Okay, good turn, Rodgers. Let's get a 4th here. Maybe a hat-trick for Tammy Abraham. Is through. What an opportunity. Tammy Abraham has hit the post, but the rebound is in. Oh, a little bit of luck there. He's already got 5 goals in the league. How many is he going to get? Over 20? And that's full time. What a victory. And what a performance again by Tammy. He is 27, so he could still grow perhaps. Even if he is the starting number 9, we need someone else for the bench, because look, Barry cannot cut it. No one else can actually play striker. We need another center back because Mings is our only backup. And what are we doing for goalkeeper? Is Bizot going to be the starter? He has had a good start. 189 million to spend. Yuri Tielemans still wants to leave the club. And of all that money we have 64 and a bit to spend. So as I said, perhaps we do a swap deal to leave some for January. Let me know your center back, your striker, your goalkeeper in the comments. Guys, it's deadline day and we're going to have to act fast. If you guys have enjoyed episode 1, smash a like. Episode 2 will be here tomorrow. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this video, check out my 2nd channel on the screen and click one of these videos.